Jaguar Land Rover is an international company, and of course we always had Hungary on our radar because Hungary is known for a very, very strong automotive and engineering footprint. So I would say the contact between Jaguar Land Rover and HIPA already existed even in the early days. So I was appointed to this role roughly 3 years ago, and one of my colleagues introduced me to HIPA. I still remember that when I went for the first meeting, I went to the wrong Honvéd utca in another district, so I was ultimately 10 minutes late to this first meeting, but the team was we all had a good laugh, and I learned my lesson about districts in Budapest as well, so that was good. And I would say then after that it was the start of a very good relationship. So I would like to mention and to highlight, especially during this very, very complicated COVID time. So Robert Eschik, his team from HIPA, they always made sure that we are on top of the game, that we know what the trends are and how helpful the things are. We are very proud that we got in 2019 the Investors Award as well. And this is just from my point of view another milestone which proves that we made the right decision and we have a very, very good partnership together. So I'm representing the engineering activities here in Hungary, which is chassis engineering, body engineering, electrical engineering, self-driving cars we are developing here as well. Beyond that, we have a team who is a supplier STA. STA stands for Supplier Technical Assistance. It is basically to help our suppliers to get on board. We have another team which is production purchasing, so they're also continuing to grow. They're also still hiring candidates because it's a good place to do this kind of activities. Ultimately, we have a team which is doing supply chain, material logistics, supporting our activities. To give you a bit more detail about engineering activities, what we are doing here is according to the whole V model. We start, let's say, with proper system engineering where we specify our requirements. Then we start to develop the components, we start to manufacture them, we start to test them on a component basis and whole vehicle. And we are luckily growing as well, so we're looking for system engineers, for testing engineers, and for software people in the future as well. I can see the benefits for the Hungarian economy and for the Hungarian companies is very visual because we can see how we are starting to exchange awards between Jaguar Land Rover and our suppliers. It really shows already a level of improvement in the collaboration which we have with the suppliers here in region. The second thing is, of course, with manufacturing locations being now nearby as well, there is a transition starting to happen as well, where we are starting to get, let's say, from our standard places where we procure things into region. And the HIPA, let's say, Innovation Bootcamp, for example, is a very good example even for the startup companies. With our expertise how to industrialize a good idea, we can help a lot. My conclusion is we are just getting started, and please fasten your seat belts.